What's going on, everybody? Resale Rabbit here. So it's that time of year. I just finished my taxes, submitted everything to my accountant, and I've got a whole list here. It's 3 pages long of how much I spent and what I made in 2021. This is not what is being submitted to the IRS. This is what is being submitted to my accountant. So keep that in mind. It also doesn't factor things like vehicle mileage. Oh crap, I forgot to send that. Well, I'm gonna have to send that. Vehicle mileage, depreciation, amortization, things like that. This is just how much I spent on all of this stuff. So let's go down the list. Let's start with income, which is actually at the bottom of my list. Total income was $529,132.22 and 59 cents. I just looked back and so that's $529,132.59. That is how much this business. Oh, this also doesn't factor YouTube. Any income or expenses related to YouTube is actually under a separate entity. So this is just the business here. So $529,000 is what we did last year. I don't remember what I did in 2020. It's probably in that ballpark. But there's a video. Screw it, I'll link it below. Video linked below. Hopefully I remember to do that. That is basically this same video, but last year for 2020. So anyways, of that $529,000, we did $273,000 in warehouse sales. We only did 4 warehouse sales last year. $273,000. Cash sales, which is kind of like Facebook Marketplace sales, or if we have a customer in here who wants to buy something else and we sell it to them, something like that, $13,061. Amazon sales, oh, this one's bad, $24,000. There was a time where I would do that in like 2 days, 2-3 days on Amazon, 2-3 really good days, but it would happen. That was a year on Amazon. I'm basically not selling on Amazon anymore. Gross eBay sales, $111,345. Interest gained on my savings and checking accounts, the business ones, $49.09. Rental income, $600. So I took over the other half of what we call the warehouse. We call it the other half last year. And there was a tenant who, his lease ended, but he still had some stuff stored here. So I charged him $600 to store it. I think it was like $200 a month for a small section for a few months, something like that. So he paid me $600 to store some stuff here. And another business that I run out of here, $106,434.28. And that is the total, giving us $529,000. Now, expenses. I spent a total to run this business in 2021. I was just going to say 2019. Am I really that bad at remembering what year it is? I spent a total of $499,580. Now, before you say this business isn't worth it, spent money includes my paycheck. I get paid just like any other employee here. So including my paycheck, I spent $499,580. $499,000 of it was obviously my paycheck. It only cost $580 for inventory, other employees, the warehouse, and everything for the whole year. I'm kidding. And I'm not going to say how much I paid myself. It's going to be lumped in with total payroll. But anyways, that leaves us a net operating income of $29,552. Now, once again, this doesn't factor depreciation, and actually some of the things that I'm going to list on here will be depreciated. So like the forklift, I paid $1,800 for it in 2021. I'm not writing off $1,800 probably. I don't know how it all works. My accountant does all that, but it's probably going to be depreciated over the course of a number of years. Additionally, things that I purchased in previous years will be depreciated on this year's taxes. And then again, there's things like mileage and what. Anyways, so that leaves, based on these rough numbers, about $30,000 in profit. So let's start with inventory. These are always the big ones. For some reason, the very first one on the page is other inventory. $1,789.78. This is mostly, hold on, there's more. I spent more. I forgot one category of stuff that I bought. So this isn't entirely true. Roughly $1,789. I'm going to quick do it and then I'll update this. All right. So updated. It was like a $1,300 difference. So expenses were actually, or costs, total expense was actually $500,888.63, giving us a net gain of $28,243.96. So inventory purchase other was $3,098.28. This is if I bought something at an auction, if I bought something at Goodwill, if I bought something, when I just go out and buy something that I'm going to sell. Additionally, there was the Christopher and Banks liquidation. That was the only store liquidation that we did in 2021. Not a lot of stores are closing right now. I spent $1,485.29. And liquidation inventory and truckloads and whatnot, I spent $124,868.15. And I don't have a total here. It's blank. I must have forgot to do the formula. So let's just do 124,868.15 plus 3098.28 plus 1485.29 is $129,451.72 is what I spent on inventory this past year. Now, most of the stuff is in a weird order, so bear with me. eBay fees, I paid $1,442.67. This is final value fees, my store subscription that I pay, my monthly store subscription, promoted listings. I don't know if I did any promoted listings in 2021. I think it was 22 when I started doing that. But I don't know. It's all lumped together. So eBay fees is 14. Oh, and managed payments, I started that in 2021. So actually there are going to be some PayPal fees in here as well from eBay that are not in this category. So $14,042.67. PayPal fees from eBay sales was $284.40. Inventory lab I had for the year, $588, and reprice it, which is my repricer for Amazon, $203.88. Now rent, this is one that always causes controversy whenever I say this here. $78,135 is what I paid for rent. And everyone says, why don't you just build a pole building in the middle of nowhere? We're a customer-facing business. I can't be in the middle of nowhere. This is a 16,000 square foot building. I did the math, rough back of the napkin numbers, and I'm expecting it would cost about $1 million for me to build something, plus the cost of the land. There's a piece of land that I'm looking at that's $500,000. Green Bay is a very cheap market. That's just what commercial real estate is if you want to be in a good location, and this is actually a pretty darn great location that I'm looking at. This building I'm in here now, they wanted, before the pandemic, last time I talked to them, $1.8 million. I don't know if that's changed because of the pandemic, and the building needs some work. It needs a new roof. Rubber roof on a 25,000 square foot building, gonna be expensive, and it's got some other issues that need to be done. I think it is well worth spending $78,000 instead of trying to get a $1.5 to $2.5 million loan, which would end up costing me a lot more than what I pay for rent here, which is why I rent. Let's see. Accounting services. I paid $3,744.94 for accounting services. This is my accountant handles payroll, some bookkeeping, and then my yearly taxes. I do sales and use tax, and I do the bulk of the bookkeeping because my bookkeeping is a nightmare. Spectrum. I'm going to need a sheet here just to line these up. Spectrum, I spent, this is for internet and our phone, $2,015. I'm just going to start rounding these. I'm not going to do the cents. Let's see, supplies. This is like office supplies. If we need to buy paper, pens, printer, ink, things like that. I also lump some things in, like if we need box cutters for the warehouse. It's not just office supplies, it's warehouse supplies, things like that, cleaning supplies, so on and so forth. $3,655. Let's see. Payroll. It looked weird. Payroll. This includes my paycheck and the other 4 employees that I had in 2021, 146,077. Some of these employees were just during the sale, some were super part-time, some were full-time. Security cameras, this was the cost, the purchase. This is an example of something that will probably be depreciated over the next 7, 10, however many years. But I bought some new security cameras, updated our system, $398.44. I bought a hammer drill, $279. I needed that to, I bought a bunch of pallet racking, which we'll get to. I needed that to drill into the concrete to anchor the pallet racking down. Printing services, $882. This is our flyers that we use for the warehouse sale, as well as a couple of signs that I had made, like no parking signs. Let's see, what's next? Verizon Wireless. So I write off the entire cell phone because I have a separate cell phone for work. That is this one right here. The phone that I'm filming on, yes, I do still film on a cell phone, is my personal phone, which does not get written off. So I spent $1,911.62. Now that's not just for the phone. I also have one of the cash registers. Our cash registers are iPads, in the whole system. One of them is on the Verizon account. That way, if Wi-Fi goes down here, we still have the ability to charge credit cards. And then I also have a hotspot. Also helps if Wi-Fi goes down here or if I need to use internet elsewhere, which doesn't happen often, but that's like $20 a month. And I could hotspot the phone. I think I have to pay extra for that. I don't know if that's included. I haven't checked. But it's nice to have a physical hotspot in case I want to leave it with an employee somewhere and still have my phone with me. Let's see, storage unit rentals. This is not the cost of purchasing the storage units. Oh, that would be another one that's the other inventory, storage units. I don't know if I bought any in 2021. I don't think so. Maybe I did. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But rentals, $5,304. I'm a little embarrassed about this. 2 things. Number 1, I bought a storage unit like 2.5 years ago, and it's still there. I forgot about it until they called and asked for a new payment method because the card was expired. Really gotta do something about that. And then also, when Shopko closed in 2018, 19, something like that, I bought a ton of fixtures for when I maybe open up a retail store. And I figured I got them cheap enough, I can put them in a storage unit for 1.5 years, 18 months. It's been well over 18 months and they're still in that storage unit. I have to get rid of those. That's my goal sometime soon, to do those. It's just too busy around here. Let's see, Storage Auction List is a software that I use to, or website or whatever that I use to find storage auctions. $156. I should probably cancel that because I just looked at the newspaper. I don't really use that. Promo is a website that I use to create video ads to put on, Facebook or whatnot for warehouse sales or what have you. $120 I spent on that. Truck rentals, $326. G Suite, which is a Google product that I use for my email address so I can have at mywebsite.com. I've got, well, at this time, it's $6 a month. At this time, I think I just had 1 email. I have got several now. Facebook ads, only $80 in Facebook ads. Usually I do more than that. Let's see. Shipping, okay, here we go. Shipping paid through eBay. $10,585.79. This is anything that's sold on eBay if we bought shipping through eBay. Pirate shipping, which is going to be eBay and some other stuff that we've shipped out, $14,944.48. Shipping through Uber. This is when I have a semi-truck. If I'm doing a full truckload, I spent $5,110. Oftentimes my supplier arranges freight, so that's why, and then it would just be part of the cost of goods. Let's see, shipping through UShip, which is where I do LTL if I'm just shipping 1 or 2 pallets out. $2,442. And then other shipping and mailing, $46.40. It's probably mostly just buying stamps, but if there's anything else, that's what that is. My vehicle insurance, the truck is owned by the business, and so it has a commercial auto policy. $2,032.70. And then my business liability, they call the business owner's policies liability and other stuff, $1,455. That's it for that page. All right, so interest and fees for credit cards. On one of the business cards, I spent $252 on interest and fees. I believe 100 of that is the yearly, what do they call it, annual fee. And on another card, business card, I spent $190 in interest and fees. And I'm not 100% sure. I hate sitting on a wallet. I feel like George. I'm not 100% sure if that one has an annual fee in there. Let's see, credit card merchant fees for Square. This is what I pay to be able to accept cards, $5,311. And First Data, which is a separate processor that I use for other stuff, $4,786. Now the Square one is basically just warehouse sales. The First Data one is everything else because I don't need to run it through the register. Here's the thing. A lot of people will suggest not accepting cards, cash only. That way you don't pay that $5,000 in fees, but I can almost guarantee you that I made significantly more than $5,000 in additional sales, specifically by accepting cards. Let's see, Amazon fees, $11,869. When it comes to actual taxes, I send this to my accountant, which is a report that breaks all of the Amazon fees down, and they're separated out. Same with the eBay fees one, and they're separated out for tax purposes, what's actually submitted to the IRS. For the purposes of this, I just lumped them all together. Web domains. I own several web domains. $132 is what I spent on them last year. eBay returns. I had a total of $6,315.53 in customer returns or refunds on eBay. This is if someone doesn't like an item or it's broken or whatever and they send it back, or if there's an issue and I offer them a partial refund. $6,315. So what was my total eBay sales? 111,000 if I remember right. 111,000. 6,315 divided by 111,000 is about 5.5% of my eBay sales, dollar-wise, end up getting returned, which I'm pretty happy with. I consider that fairly low. Let's see, there's some smaller ones, random little fees and whatnot that I had to pay to like the village and whatnot. Marketplace sales tax remitted by Amazon. So the sales tax that Amazon remits is on the Amazon 1099 that I received. So I put that on here. I did a ton of research, and it looks like the marketplace sales tax that eBay remits is not on eBay's 1099. So Amazon's sales tax was $1,286, and I didn't bother calculating eBay's because it's not on the 1099. Product sourcing 101. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say how much I spend to advertise in there. So I'm going to skip that. Cleaning services. So I have a cleaning service that comes through and cleans $1,275. 2022 is going to be significantly higher because there was some point where we took a break from cleaning service and then I just kept forgetting to renew it. And so this place wasn't getting cleaned for like months. We would clean it and we didn't clean it very frequently. But $1,275, it's $150 a month for them to come and clean every other week. Advertising, there's a specific Facebook group that I advertised the warehouse sales on. I spent $850 last year. Again, this year's going to be significantly higher because last year I advertised one sale. And then there was an additional $150 that I sent them, so maybe I advertised like one day of a sale or something like that. I believe it's $600 or $700 is what I normally spend to advertise a sale, and that gets me 9 ads. Next, so now we're into some more stuff that's going to be depreciated. The Toyota forklift, $1,800 is what I spent on it. I put a lot of money into upgrading it. I replaced almost every part on that thing. So that must have been 2020. No, that's further down. I remember there being a forklift repair on this. So $1,800 is what I paid for it. It ran, it operated, but it did need a new muffler and it needed a new radiator. And then after looking at the hydraulic, a couple of the hydraulic hoses were really worn out, so I replaced those. I just had a buddy do the work. You know, here's a case of beer and a pizza, whatever I paid. I think I gave him more than that. I think I bought him like a Milwaukee Sawzall or something that he wanted. But then, of course, I bought all the parts. So anyways, I spent $1,800 on the forklift. Platform scale, I spent $200 on that. Pallet racks, I spent $850 on the pallet racks. Rolling carts, it's the two big blue carts. I spent $60, and that must be it that I bought from them. That was from the business that was in there before I bought all that. My Keepa subscription, $181 for the year. State of Wisconsin annual report, $75. Vehicle transportation, towing, $94.95. You remember when I bought a forklift, and then, you know, so it was in a storage unit? I had to have a tow truck bring it here because it was like 8,000 pounds. It's not gonna do so well in my trailer. And rather than renting a trailer and doing it myself, I spent the $94 just to have a tow truck coming. They threw it on the back of a wrecker. Other PayPal fees, non-eBay, was $42.62. Forklift repair was $1,651. That is for both repairing. It was like $1,200, I think, off the top of my head, for repairing the forklift that I sold, and the rest of it, a few $100, 400-ish, was for repairing my forklift. The one that was for the forklift that I sold, I actually had a company come and do it. Let's see, the flipping team. As a subscription that I'm in, $444. A post office box rental is $63. I have a P.O. box just in case I ever need to. It's not at the post office, it's at one of those pack and ship places. And so it's got a physical address. And the reason I have that is if when I'm selling pallets, I do offer to prep them for a fee and send them to Amazon for the supplier or for the buyer. I don't want to use my address for that just because, you know, I have an Amazon account and it might cause a conflict. So I have a P.O. box, $63 a year, that gives me a physical address, so I can use that as the return address when prepping those items. Let's see, the subscription for my security cameras, $72. GoDaddy bookkeeping, I tried using that and then forgot to cancel it all of 2021. It's since been canceled. That was $119.88. I wasn't a fan of it at all. Let's see, outgoing wire fees, $165. Arlo Security, which was the security camera system that I used before the subscription for that, was $239.88. Meals, $0. Workman's comp insurance, $2,391. And forklift parts. Oh, I see how I have it separated. So the forklift repair was for the one that I sold. Forklift parts was for the one that I own, $1,343. So add that to the $1,800. That's my cost for the forklift, and that is everything. Total expenses. That gives you a snapshot of what I spent and what I brought in 2021. Hope this video was interesting. All the people saying that this business obviously loses money, while I was able to pay my own salary and all that other stuff, and still have about $30,000 left over in profit, which if I wanted to, I could just pay myself the profit, but I like to keep it into the company and try and reinvest or keep it as for a rainy day fund, or maybe if I want to buy that $500,000 property and build something, it's an option. So anyways, that is this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.